everybody. My name is Janine Bailey. I'm the director and co-founder, along with my business partner, Marie Quigley, of Empower World. And we support and train people to become ICF accredited coaches. And I'm here today to speak with one of our amazing participants who, let's say, graduated in 2014 from our coach training course. So thank you for joining me, Ola. Ola Youssef. I really wanted to bring you on board to share your experiences because I know that you have gone on an amazing journey and a really personal, powerful journey, and coaching is a really important part of what you do. So thank you for joining us. And so Ola, since you finished your coach training, what's been the major things that have been happening for you? What have been the major takeaways?
So first, thank you for inviting me for this. It's really an honor. And when I think about the entire journey, starting from going through it myself, even before becoming a coach, it's really, really useful for me. I noticed that I have like a higher self-awareness and shifting from being more of on the intellectual side and rational, because I work in the corporate world. So it's more about planning and analyzing and process-led environment. And I just feel like I'm more into following my heart and appreciating and embracing emotions, whatever they are. This is one of the things that I really noticed about myself going through the journey itself, other than the coaching and my clients. So, and I've seen also a couple of things like unleashing the potentials of myself before others and trying to improve myself before preaching others, because walk the talk is really important for me and for my clients. So a bit of this and that happened throughout the journey, and I've seen a couple of changes also in my coaching style. I can share it with you.
Yes, please do, because yes, you are in the corporate world. You're still there. It's not like you did the training to become a full-time coach, but you've taken the coaching skills into the role that you have today. So yeah, please do share more.
Yeah, sure. So coaching for me is really like my passion and my purpose and dream at the same time. Big words, but honestly, this is exactly how I feel. Like it's a passion. Like I feel every time that I do coaching that something is changing inside me, and every conversation about coaching or helping people and supporting people is bringing up the light in my eyes. And it's a purpose. Like I wake up every morning knowing that I can do something different. I can help someone. I can change someone's life and make them better, or the best version of themselves. This is how I call it. And also, like, it's a bigger dream linked to a bigger dream. So even if I'm in my corporate world right now, I have a bigger dream of being like a cultural village, which have people coming in, guiding them, supporting them to become the best version of themselves. So coaching is really, really a big thing for me. And going every day to work, to the corporate life, and embedding that within my work makes my day every day. So my biggest learning and breakthrough through that, like following my heart, as I said, and unlocking my intuition, which helped me on many, many levels, not only in coaching, but also in painting, in relationship with people and others, in decision making at work, not only relying on facts, but relying on my intuition is helping me that much. And definitely, as I mentioned before, the corporate life is more about analyzing and process-led. So it like impacted my style in coaching. Like, for example, I used to play the detective role a little bit, like searching for the root cause, because my role in the corporate is business transformation and process design and continuous improvement. Yet when it comes to human beings and people, it's more about dancing with the moment and taking the time to understand and feel what they feel and be present with them. And that really changed the style and approach of what I used to do. and it had that much opened and unlocked a lot of potential things that I haven't seen before. So that was one of the biggest thing that I've noticed in the journey of my coaching with my clients as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. And personally, I can see that transformation that you've gone through, Ola, from when I first met you at the coach training, and to see you here before me right now. It's beautiful to see. There's this beautiful calmness and flow and trust in yourself, trust in your clients, trust in the outcomes. So it creates a very serene you, and not that you were chaotic before, but it's certainly, there is a beautiful transformation that seems to have taken place. So congratulations on going and taking this time out for yourself, investing in yourself through a program like coach training, where not only you work on yourself, but you also support your clients, the people that you work with, to go through that transformation as well. So fantastic. So for you, Ola, what's been the most life-changing coaching session, just briefly, that you've had with one of your clients?
One moment actually comes to my mind when I witnessed a complete transformation for one of my clients, and that happened after having the training. I have been coaching that person for almost 2 years before the training. And definitely the coaching and the training has been like a big transformation for my coaching approach, which helped my client. She was going very slowly, and she was stuck somehow in the journey where she couldn't forgive someone who really hurt her that much. And all of a sudden, through one of the coaching sessions, it was a big breakthrough moment, and it's an aha moment, not only for her, but for myself as well, witnessing that change. And it came naturally. And I've learned that a big patience needs to be done, and I can't push anything. And that transformation will happen when she's ready. And I couldn't know that before having the training. I've known a lot and I learned a lot from the training, that things happen when they happen, and the client, we cannot make a decision for the client. We cannot change the client. They make that decision for themselves, and when they're ready, they will be able to do it. And if they are not, it's completely fine. So that was really a big transformation moment, and aha moment for me. I consider that as the biggest shift in my coaching career. And I've also seen through that a magical equation is syncing the heart and the mind together. So my client always, all the time during the journey, she knew and she understands with her mind and acknowledged that she can forgive that person, and she has to and she needs to. But her heart was not following and was not syncing with her mind. And I think that when the magic happened, when she had that sync, she could forgive that person, and she's in a very better place right now. And I'm so grateful, honestly, for that training, because it helped me, and the coaches, of course, and the mentors, and all my colleagues in the training community, because they helped me to help that person to go through that journey. And it was a very tough journey, but the outcome was honestly like magnificent. And it actually, closed some of my doubts and fears about coaching, because even I was coaching for a long time, I always had those fears around, will I be able to make a difference? Will I be able to help the clients or my coachees? Or am I going to be with no value added for them? Those fears were there all the time. But I just felt like I need to support them, yes. And as I mentioned, it's their choice at the end of the day. And when they're ready, they will be ready. And there is no way to lead the client or to push them or direct them in a way that they do things that they are not convinced of. And all of that I have learned from the training, and practicing that and seeing the change and the transformation before my eyes. Those things made me conquer my fears of not capable of helping them or supporting them. And it's a continuous journey. I still have those fears come to me, like the saboteur, but I overcome. It's my journey to overcome that. Every single time I see the change, and I see the difference that I make in their lives, and helping them to become the better version of themselves, then I feel like, oh, those doubts are not real. They're just a healthy fear of moving forward, and keeping myself on my toes, and keeping myself trying to help others.
Wow, that's fantastic sharing. Thank you, Ola, and really, as you say, fantastic learnings from the takeaway from the training. Because when we recognize that we can't change anybody, that we can only be there to support, and that people are 100% responsible for themselves and the choices they make, it's such a freeing concept. And yes, it's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to live it as well. But when we choose to live it, believe it, it is incredibly, incredibly empowering and freeing. We can lift those weights off our shoulders when we recognize the client has everything they need within them to make the decisions that they want, and whatever decision they're making, it's a choice, whether it's conscious or unconscious. But that is a fabulous learning. And also, thank you for sharing that there is so much support after the training, that there are the mentors, there are the trainers, there are the community that you work with, to practice with, to continue to keep building those skills, enhancing those skills, and really reaching out for that support from the whole community. So thank you for sharing.
Thanks a lot, Jenny.
You're very welcome. Ola, what would you say to somebody who's considering to do the training, if they're sort of on the fence? What would be your one piece of advice to them?
I would say follow your heart, and you will never regret it, I assure you, because I've been there, I've done that, and I know everyone has his own experience. But the wonderful, magical thing about this training, and the way it is designed, and the way the coaches and mentors are delivering it, is like it fits everyone, and it's very personalized. And regardless of where you are in your journey, or wherever your purpose is, I think it's really a good fit. So I encourage everyone to go through it, and even after the training, to be part of the community, and to get that support and amazing aura that we have, and the energy of helping each other, and becoming a community of good coaches. So that's my recommendation. Yes.
Great. Thank you so much, Ola Youssef. You are an inspiration, and thank you so much for choosing to work with us, and hopefully on an ongoing basis as well, in another capacity. And love your work and your energy, and the amazing journey you've been on. So thank you, Ola, for sharing your journey.
Thanks a lot.